Welcome, gang, to another bald eagle fishing adventure. So, today is an update day, and this is an update that I had promised on my first video that I did on rigging my crab pots. If you haven't seen that video, you should go check that out. That's when I just had purchased these new stainless steel ones. So, I then said that after I used them, I would give an update. So, here it is. Let's dive into it. So, um, there's one real significant thing that happened, and I will get to that. And that's really what I'm kind of excited about, and I want to talk about what these pots went through, because that really does tell me a lot about the construction of these pots. Um, but one of the things I want to kind of start with is that most of you know, here in Northern California, out of Bodega Bay, we got a late start on crabbing this year due to whale entanglement. And we weren't able to deploy these type of pots until around the end of December. So we got started right around that time, and unfortunately commercial got out there about a week prior to us getting out there due to weather conditions. So once they start dropping pots and they had to fish 240 feet or less, a lot of the crabs got wiped up swept up pretty quick. So we did okay on crabs this year, but not as great as what we had seen years past when we were able to start on time in November. Anyways, one of the things I found with these pots is that they have 3 doors, okay? And I've talked about that on my first video. And so they fish relatively fast. If you're just going to do a few hour soak and pull them the same day, which is now I think what I'm going to be doing, they fish fairly quick. You can leave them overnight. I'll get into more about that, but overnight really didn't seem to change all that much when it came to the amount of crabs that we were pulling. I think if you soaked them for 2 or 3 hours, they were good. So the 3 doors definitely makes a difference. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is when you are picking up some of this stuff for rigging of the crab pots, and I talked about this in my first video as well. I had talked about I really wasn't too sure about the harness system, which is, these are the harnesses here. And I had picked up a couple of them. You can see the other red one down there that's attached. This is my fault, and I'm going to take full responsibility for this. But when you buy these harnesses, you have to make sure that it says on the packaging stainless steel, okay? It has to have stainless steel clasps. It has to have a stainless steel ring. Otherwise, you end up with this. And this is just garbage. This is just after several times out of bodega. And I even, I'm sure you guys see how well I take care of our boat and my equipment. Everything is always washed and rinsed off. And I do the same thing with the pots. And these were obviously rinsed and cleaned, and they rusted to crap. So don't waste your money. If it doesn't say stainless steel, do not buy them, because this is all you're going to end up with, and this is just going to go in the garbage. I did have to pick up some new harnesses, and you can see these here. This is all nice stainless steel, and I'm going to be redoing them. Stainless steel ring, and they're made by a company named Danielson, and this is something I bought on Amazon. I always like to try to shop locally first, and I checked with a few of the shops here, our tackle shops in our area, but they were out of the stainless steel. And so I ended up finding these on Amazon, $20 pre-made. I'll put a link to it. I did price it out, what it would cost to buy the ring and the clasp all separately and make my own with buying the rope. And it kind of equated to about the same price. So for $20, I just as soon buy it already done, ready to go. So, and there will be a link in this video for that. So that covers the harness stuff here. The other thing also on these pots, on my first video, I also showed them being rigged with 3 bricks. And I was fishing them anywhere between 180 to 220 feet of water. Now, with that being said, I think that was a bit of an overkill. it seemed like a lot of extra weight that probably just wasn't necessary. So if you're going to fish fairly deep with them, then maybe a couple of bricks might be sufficed. Um, Otherwise, I'm going to be fishing these 100 feet or less starting here in the next week or so. And I'm just going to put one of these red bricks right in the center. And these bricks are cheap. They're 60 cents a piece. Home Depot, Lowe's, any of those places will carry it. So that's kind of it on the rigging of the pots and the idea behind that. And again, you can get more information on the first video that I did. Now I want to get to the heart of what was really going on and what I found about the durability of these pots. So around the middle of January, we ended up going out to turn over the pots, and I should have just pulled them, but if I wanted to give it one more round. I had put them in 80 feet of water. The crabs seemed to have kind of moved into more in the shallows, and we were at about 80 feet of water right off of 10 Mile Beach. And we couldn't get back out there for almost a week. The weather people were wrong, and the winds came up, the swells came up, and it made it very dangerous to get back out on the ocean. So these had to sit for a full week out in the ocean. And they were stuck in the mud. And I mean, when I'm talking stuck in the mud, these things were like anchors. I tried to put them on the crab pot puller. The crab pot puller said, "You must be kidding. Forget it. I can't pull that out." So we ended up taking the rope and actually putting it to the cleat, the rear cleat of the boat. And I had my wife give it gas in order to break these things up off the bottom. And, the first thing through my mind is, oh man, these things are just going to be a pile of shit. They're going to be, the welds are going to be all broken out. It's just going to be garbage. I mean, it just ugly. And I was blown away. And I mean, you can see the force. I mean, here's one of the harnesses here that busted out off of that side over there. Here's the harness. I mean, it snapped it off of there, so it pulled it up off the side. Luckily, the other harness on the other pot's okay, and these old junky ones did hold in place. And this is an old rebar one. This actually held together fine. But I was shocked how well these things were so into the mud that the welds that hold all of this together, the durability of these pots. I mean, listen, guys, for some of you that really know me, you know that I'm usually not shocked about things. I anticipate something not being very good. I anticipate sometimes you buy something and it ends up being garbage. But once in a while, I do get shocked about something being of good quality, at least a good quality for the price that you're paying for it. And I have to say, I feel that about these. And I will be buying either at least one or two more, because I did lose one pot in the mud. The whole harness system busted off of it, and that's what was here. The whole harness just came unglued off of the that crab pot. So one crab pot, the ocean, it got it. There was no way of getting it out. So I'm down. I had 6 pots. I'm down to 5, and I'll probably pick up at least one more pot for down the road. But anyways, and I will be purchasing another round of these, one more of those pots. I am thoroughly impressed. Great quality, held together under extreme conditions. Now, I don't know what longevity will bring to these things. So 5, 7, 10 years down the road, I don't know. But man, what the hell they went through with that mud and the force that I had to put on them to get them out of the mud, I have to say these damn things they're worth the money. I think it was $129 on Amazon. It's the link for these pots are on the first video. And I will have a link to that first video on this video. So it'll be down somewhere around here. So anyways, check it out. I just wanted to give you guys this update. When I find something that blows my mind, that's wow, it's that good, I really like to share that. And in the same token, when I find something that's not so good, I share that too, because I don't want to see you waste money. So anyways, hey, as always, I appreciate you guys. Oh, another thing, if you'll take a camera shot over this way, you'll see just the trailer. The bald eagle is back out at its berth, and it is open for business. So we're going to be planning on a fishing trip here very, very soon out of Bodega. The boat's all geared up with all its good stuff and ready to fly. So I'm looking at probably as soon as a weather window opens, I want to go out and I want to drop the pots in some of the shallow areas, hopefully for some crab. And while I'm waiting on them soaking, I'm going to go after some halibut and see if the ocean gods will allow me to have a halibut. So stick around for all the fishing coming up, guys. Man, you know what? Cod and salmon is just around the corner. I can taste it. Anyways, always great to have you guys. And as always, God bless all of you. And thanks for watching and checking out one of our videos. Take care, gang. See you on the next one.